This video will show you how to reintroduce your tender succulents back outdoors for the summer. Because I live in a zone 3 climate, they must overwinter indoors. For the past week I have hardened them off, that is, brought them from inside to the outdoors, but if there have been any cooler temperatures close to the frost mark, I have brought them into the garage and protected them for those cold temperatures. It's now time to tweak them up and clean them up. Some containers have overwintered very well, such as this one. I won't be pulling out any of the plants, but I will clean it up and tweak it. So what happens, some of these leaves will dry up. I will just pull them out like this, and if some are not readily pulled out, then I just take my little pair of snips and cut them out. This is a spike of flowers that will bloom, so I will leave it intact. Now this vine has elongated over the winter time, and there's lots of potential here because I can cut it and replant it, or you can offer it to some friends. So I just snip it off anywhere and continue to shorten it, and from where I have cut it, it will branch out, such as this one has already. And again, you can clean up these dry leaves and tidy it all up. Now this beautiful echeveria has elongated over the winter time. The stem is too long for my liking, so I like a little bit more of a compact plant. So what I will do is actually cut it right there. It's very heavy, and this is from a flower stem, so it, as you can see, dries off, and then I will just break that off. But because it is quite wet, I will let it callus up, which means I'll let it dry for about 24 hours at least, until it becomes dry like this one that I have had drying for a few days, and now it'll be ready to plant. Because some containers are too heavy for me to bring indoors, I have had to transplant some plants into a more temporary container, and now they are ready to come out. So I am ready to plant them into a new container which has been filled with new soil, and my cactus mix is sterilized potting soil, which has no soil retention capsules in it, equal portions of that potting soil, coarse builder's sand, and perlite. Your container has to have drainage holes, and then filled with this new soil for the cactus mix. So again, these plants have been overwintered in this temporary container, so I can dig this one out because it's done very well, and I'll just tidy it up also. Pull off any leaves that look kind of forlorn, and I can just plant it right in this container. I like to just sometimes carry them over the pot, and I've chosen similar hued plants so that they will blend in and visually be more appealing. So here is an example of one that really needs to have also be cut off. So I clean up all the dead leaves off of it. This is a past flower stem, which I will snip off also and clean that all up. But I will actually snip this one again and let it harden off. I have had some that have been hardened off, and what I do is they've calloused. So now I will put some rooting hormone powder on it, like that, and on the end, because the roots will actually come all along the stem. And I will make a small hole in the soil so that then all the rooting compound won't fall off, and then I will just shore it up with the soil. I have another similar one here that I will do the same and put more rooting compound on it. Again, stick your finger in and put the soil in. If any of these fall off, you can root them by just placing them in some cactus mix or seedling mix, and it'll root from that point. Here's another little one that goes very well with this container, and I will use this one also. And I like this goes very well with it, so I can just pull off some of these. It's not essential that the vine be hardened off, because it sends up its roots all along the stem, and you can see them already forming. So you can just put it in and cover it up with the soil, and it'll be ready to go on there wherever you want to put them. I also like to make it more attractive and sprinkle some coarse rock on the top. The soil won't splash up then onto the echeveras, onto the succulents, and cause them to rot. And it makes it more visually appealing. And to just add a little fun and whimsy, you can always add some little whimsical figure or some beautiful rocks that you have collected throughout your travels or in your area. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and have fun with your succulents.